So, you were getting super excited to go and see her. You put on a fresh outfit, you spray on some cologne, you're envisioning yourself speaking to her in this confident, attractive way, and everything going the way that you planned. But then you get there and, well, that doesn't happen. It goes super awkward, you're getting nervous the whole time, and you just end up never seeing her again. Then you're sat there wondering, where did I mess up? How could I have done better? This was a constant cycle that I was stuck in back when I was in high school and early college. I remember this one time I went out on a first date with this one girl, and I picked her up, we got some ice cream. Things were going, I don't know, kind of okay. We sat down in the ice cream place and everything was like super loud, so it was kind of hard to hear each other. But the whole time I was sat there just asking random question after random question. Oh, what do you like to do for fun? Oh, how many siblings do you have? Then out of nowhere she went, this, kind of feels like a job interview. Bro, that was the exact moment that I knew I was just completely cooked. But anyways, the whole date just went horribly and things just did not work out with this girl, which I was bummed at the time. I really wanted them to. But after going through a lot of failures and learning from them, I'm at a spot now where I've significantly improved this area of my life. I have a girlfriend, and the whole time we were going through that process of seeing each other and going on dates, I felt super confident and it was very easy. So if you're like younger me and you want to be on the fast track towards being more confident, attracting the girl of your dreams, and just significantly improving your dating life as a whole, I teach everything that I've learned in my 1% Man system, which will be the top link in the description. So the main piece of advice I want to give you that I learned specifically from this story is you have to stop treating your dates like a job interview. Because what you gotta understand is the way that most guys talk to girls on first dates is just completely wrong and unattractive. So if you can understand what we're gonna go over in this video, it will separate you from everybody else and make you really stand out. So I want you to picture how most guys, maybe even including you, talk to girls. Picture you're at a party, like music is bumping, you see that one girl you want to go talk to, then you walk up to her and you're going, what do you like to do for fun? Oh, what are you studying? Oh, are you having fun tonight? Wrong. That's not what you should do. The first thing we have to fix is you want to ask questions that relate to one another. For example, instead of asking like we talked about earlier, what do you like to do for fun? And then, how many siblings do you have? What's your favorite kind of food? You don't want to do that because those questions have nothing to do with one another. That's why it feels like a job interview, because you're just asking completely random questions that have nothing to do with one another. So instead of doing that, you want to ask questions that relate to one another. So an example of what this would look like is you would ask, where was the last vacation you went on? Then she goes, I went to Mexico recently. Then you would go, what was your favorite thing about Mexico? Right? You see how those two scenarios are different. In the first one, you're just asking random question after random question, constantly bouncing around from one topic to another. Whereas in the second one, you're staying on topic and asking questions that relate to one another. The second thing you want to do is, instead of just asking questions, you want to make inferences. So let's say, for example, she goes, I go to college. Then you say, I bet you're a really smart person. And she'd go like, I'm kind of a smart person, maybe not. Or she goes, hey, I like to go out and party sometimes. And you'd go, I bet you're a pretty good dancer, right? Instead of just asking questions, you make assumptions. You say things that you think might be true about her. And then it can kind of lead to like this moment where she's like, oh, no way, like you actually knew that about me. Or she'll say, oh no, actually that's completely wrong and this is what I am instead. Then number 3, tell your own stories and ask for some of hers. So if you're talking about a time when she went on vacation, talk about the time when you went on vacation and some funny lessons you learned from it, or talk about some bad experiences from your life. Ask her about some embarrassing moments from her life. Because what we got to understand is that facts aren't what make you relate to someone. Information isn't what makes you like somebody. Like, imagine if when I started this video, I just started telling you, this is what you do to get a girl to like you back. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like, I don't care. Because it's not just information that makes you like someone. It's stories. It's relatability. That's why I always tell a story at the beginning of my videos, because it helps you relate to the advice and it helps you learn from it. It's going to be hard for you to bond with somebody if you're just asking random questions compared to if you're telling some of your own stories. She's telling her stories. It'll help you guys relate to each other and actually build a lasting connection. And last but certainly not least, you want to ask some deep questions. Where most guys mess up is they just ask boring ass surface level questions. And I get it. It can be a bit nerve-wracking to ask a deep question. And I obviously don't ask anything that's like, traumatizing or like, oh yeah, well, like what was it like when your parents got divorced? Like, no, I'm not saying you don't got to talk about stuff like that on a first date, but ask her stuff like, what are your biggest dreams? What do you want to achieve with your life? What type of person do you want to be? What are you passionate about? Because, and it might shoot you in the foot. Maybe, you guys will end up learning you have some different things, but you also might end up learning that you guys have some big things in common. And it shows confidence. When you're willing to go deeper than the surface level and you're asking questions that actually make someone think, it shows that you care. It shows that you're willing to go the extra mile, which is very attractive. Now, there's a balance, right? You don't want to constantly only be talking about things that are super deep, because then it might just feel a bit exhausting. But don't be like every other guy and just ask the same boring ass questions. What do you like to do for fun? Oh, like, what are your hobbies? Like, no, put some thought into it and talk about things that you're passionate about and that she's passionate about, and it'll help you with relating to one another and having a much better time. So if you found this video helped you and you want to see more videos like these, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And also feel free to go join my free Discord community where me and some of the boys talk about self-improvement, dating, and if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me in there. But I'll see you for the next video, bro.